Tucker Carlson went after AOC in an unbelievably hilarious fashion. This is really funny. So there was this clip there's this segment that he did about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, where he starts it off calling her dumb and I believe calls her ignorant, and then goes on to say that basically on a test of I believe it was self-confidence or whatever, she would score in the 100th percentile. And so basically what he's trying to assert is AOC is extremely, self-righteous. She is extremely, just somebody who's full of herself, I guess, and really thinks she's right about everything. I don't get that. Does anyone get that? Like, for me, she seems like a pretty humble person who's on multiple occasions, said that she needs to learn more and that she's open to hearing about stuff. She doesn't come across as that kind of a person to me. Now, the reason why that is probably because it's, his job to really oppose AOC. But here's what's hilarious. So in the midst of this, right in the beginning of the segment, he says that she would score in the 100th percentile. But there's one problem with that. Check that out.
So not only dumb and totally ignorant of everything, but utterly self-assured. If there were a clinical exam for self-esteem, she'd be in the 100th percentile. How do people get like that? Is it our education system? Is it high schools? Is it colleges?
Here's the problem, Tucker. There is no 100th percentile. That's not a thing, dude. So let me read you this explanation to kind of fill you in. This explanation says percentiles are used to compare your score to the scores of everyone else who took the test on that day. For example, if you scored in the 90th percentile on, say, critical reading, that means you scored better than approximately 90% of your fellow test takers on the critical reading section. Inversely, about 10% of test takers would have scored better than you. Percentiles work by dividing up the scores of test takers into 99 groups, percentiles. The 99th percentile is the highest. There is no such thing as a 100th percentile, even if you scored a perfect 800 on a section. That still puts you in the top 1% of test takers. So, in the midst of, and this is right in the beginning, open up the floodgates, attack on AOC, call her dumb, call her, ignorant, and whatever the hell you want to call her, whatever attacks you want to use because you're Tucker Carlson. But could you fail any harder? Bro, there's no 100th percentile. So in the midst of, right in the beginning of the segment, trying to go after AOC saying, oh, she's hella self-righteous and she thinks she knows everything and all this shit, you fail right out the gates. And this is Tucker Carlson for you, man. Maybe he smacked too many Bud Lights before he started the show or something to where he messed it up or something like that. Or maybe he just, I don't know, blacked out or something. He's talked about that in his debate with Cenk Uygur. But let me know your thoughts on how hilarious that was down below.